mother drove us, and rather than us be able to walk. And guess what? The first frost, you know what was happening? You had to put on your windshield wipers to get literally the oil slick off the window. That's why I and so damn many other people I grew up have cancer. And why can't for the longest time, Delaware had the highest cancer rate in the nation.
Now we're going to do something extremely fun. We're going to play a wonderful game called Who is My Daddy and What Does He Do? Yes?
Is your daddy a fireman? He's probably big. Is he a wrestler? Is he a basketball coach?
No.
What's the matter?
I have a headache.
It might be a tumor.
It's not a tumor. It's not a tumor at all.
I don't know whatever happened to curing cancer. You know, I thought Biden was going to cure his cancer.
Yeah. Nah, they just found more cancer.
There's always new cancers.
I forgot making that one. I was like, I just saw it. I had it titled "It's Not a Tumor," and I was like, "What? When did I make this?" I'm like, "Okay, let's check this out."
Check out this drive.
That was peak George W. Okay, like the anything else, you know.
That was before they took him off his meds and he started babbling and drooling in his debates.
Yeah, he started.
Bitch, you can't fool me again.
Vote for Jeb. Vote for Jeb 2028.
When that Iraqi reporter or whatever threw two shoes at him, the way was like the way he
Mofo was in the Matrix then.
The way he like ducked the first one and just like, really? And then the dude threw a second one and he ducked that one too. It was crazy.
Yeah, I think he was like, okay, like the first one didn't explode, so like this guy's just an idiot. Like,
is that when TSA was worried about shoe explosives?
Yeah,
probably.
Can we just like get rid of the TSA? They are so freaking worthless.
No government agency has ever gotten rid of.
My friends had
not how this works.
I had a couple friends go to Vegas recently, and they just had a nightmare just trying to get through. You know, you can get the pre-pass or whatever, so you can skip the main line.
Yeah.
Well, my friend has that, so he goes to go through that line, and there's just this fucking really fat, overweight white guy, TSA guy, sitting there, and he's trying to go through. He's like, no, this is for wheelchairs only. He's like, but the sign says pre-check. Nope, wheelchairs only. That's the only thing I'm checking. So the fatty just sat there the whole time, not letting anybody through, while everyone had to go through the main line.
I didn't see anything like that. Like when I flew, the everybody was fine with the pre-check. Like there was nothing wrong with that. Like the people who wanted to do that, we didn't have pre-check though, and of course, you know, I had to get balls grabbed a little bit because they were trying to figure out, like, you know, hey, does he have something? Of course, I was the one picked out. Like everybody else just kind of goes through just fine, and of course, I had to be the one that kind of go through the little detector.
I always get selected too. So fucking lame.
They always pull me aside so they can do extra investigation on my shoes.
Oh, they probably, the metal detector probably picked up those bolts in your neck there, Frankenstein.
Well, it's like you watched me take my shoes off. You can see that I have these giant ass feet. Like obviously there's nothing in the shoe. It was just my foot. Like, well, we need to check your shoes.
That's probably why they checked me too. Cause
yeah, you got big ass feet too. Yeah, I'm sure. They see the shoes, they're like, oh man, they got some shoe explosives. He's smuggling something in the toe of that thing. Huh?
Fit a lot of plastic C4 in there.
Just makes the gay TSA agent really want to pat you down when he sees the big shoes.
Well, see, it was funny because I had a dude pat me down before I went in the thing, and then like a chick patted me down or whatever. Like after I came out of the little whatever the little box thing that they make you go walk through.
You're supposed to really throw him for a loop and be like, I don't feel comfortable with having a woman pat me down. Can you bring a man over here to do it?
Really lean into it. It's like start like kind of giving him a little moan.
It ain't gay if it's
Whenever he's like coming up, like patting you up your leg and hit your thigh, just be like,
oh,
Hey, can you try that again? I like that.
do the other
be
side.
like, oh.
Do the other side. Might have something in my back pockets. You should really check thoroughly back there.
There was a video of a guy doing something like that, and then the agent is just like, "Oh my god, this again!" Like,
Was he wearing the TSA is gay shirt? I think I may have
Yeah.
seen the video.
yeah. He was wearing the. The guy's just like, "Oh my god."
But yeah, and you know what they say about a guy with
Har-
big feet,
Harold
big head.
Golden shirt.
You know what they say about a guy with
This is why I bought it, honey.
big ears and a big nose? He better be hung because that's one goofy looking motherfucker.
Oh god.
What's going on in the world today? I opened up Twitter I hadn't been on Twitter all night. I've been work was actually like decent and slow, so I like hung out with most of my crew and like dicked around, didn't spend a whole lot of time on the internet or anything. And I opened up Twitter this morning and I've got like 12 new likes and 7 new shares on my fucking wolf post from 3 years ago.
No, is that making the rounds again?
The damn thing never dies. I started searching for it on fucking Facebook and Instagram because usually like somebody will post it on Facebook and then people will see me tagged in it and they'll come find it on Twitter and then I get like a couple dozen new followers and a bunch of like shares and likes and stuff on it. And so like I started looking everywhere. I was like, where is it being shared this time? I couldn't find it anywhere. So I don't know.
Like a phoenix, it shall rise from the ashes.
Well, maybe this is the explanation. You know, when you
Okay.
have
So this is
Oblivion.
this is a real
character
picture.
here.
This is the one trying to do the impeachment, right?
Yeah. This is the.
Is that a wig?
This dude is the Pajit Donald
It's
Trump.
gotta be a wig. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
I need them to bring Celebrity Deathmatch back and do this guy versus Trump. But it's just the same. But it's just the same claymation character with a different shade of skin and a different hair color.
You know, sir, you don't have to ask them to grab them by the pussy because in India you just take the pussy because we rape.
This is Congressman
Get it?
Canada.
Right.
Donald Trump has already done real damage to our
Real.
democracy. But defying a unanimous
File
9-vote
articles in the
Supreme
paper.
Court
You can't
ruling
even speak English.
that has to be the final straw. It's time we impeach Donald J. Trump. The court said the wrongfully deported Kilmer Garcia must be allowed to return and receive due process. Trump ignored it.
This
He
is really
ignored
the hill they're going to die on,
Constitution.
isn't it? Like
He
this
ignored the very check.
Yeah.
So-
El
this
Salvadorian gangbanger is being illegally deported.
So how many old
the
ladies do you think that guy has scammed Amazon gift cards out of?
Look, you have to meet a minimum of 100.
Do not redeem.
You have to meet a minimum of 100 to get out of India. Okay, like that's the goal. Like if you
That's
if you
the
get
exchange
100
rate.
Yeah.
It's like when you got. It's like when your kids go around selling chocolate bars for like school uniforms, you know what I mean, or whatever. You know, it's like you gotta hit your fundraising goal before you can get out.
Yeah.
Where's that guy from? Minnesota or
Michigan, I thought.
Michigan.
One of
Yeah,
those
Michigan.
northern states that whenever they run like the numbers on it, and you see how many of them are there, and then you realize like they've all been mass imported.
Dearborn.
Was it
Dearborn's
Wisconsin?
like new Iraq, new Baghdad.
Was Wisconsin that they did like some statistics on it. And it was like if it was not for them then Republicans would like have a stranglehold on the state. Like they literally just imported a bunch of Democrat voters.
Look at Minnesota with all the Somalis. They literally changed their fucking state flag to look more like the Somali flag. That's how much influence they have there.
Yeah.
When I am president, we will take the biggest shits in the street you have ever seen. Terrific shits. Where's Steve when we need him?
The pile of shit just got 10 feet higher.
Oh, fuck.
I'm pretty sure I saw someone make that same meme, but that's hilarious.
Oh, fuck. Hey, Justin, you came to our gathering up in Kentucky that time. Do you remember what we called it?
The Gathering?
No. Yeah, remember when you came to visit us? No, we didn't call it the gathering, not the Juggalos.
I know.
Not the
I know
Juggalos.
call it the Gathering. I mean, like what you called the event or what you called the play?
Yeah. Do you remember what we called the event?
Was it a rally?
I don't.
Like, did you guys like burn any wood?
No.
I mean, it gets cold in the woods.
They were definitely burning something.
Well, I was hoping that somebody could organically, without me prompting them, remember that we had named it Bohemian Grove. We thought it was real clever, like Childerberg or whatever, and we're oh so clever for thinking of that. Well, yesterday I ended up listening to like some of the Tower Gang dudes who like I haven't listened to in fucking ever, and I guess they have a fucking event. This is their 3rd annual Bohemian Grove they're holding in Florida, and I'm like, what? I was like, get the fuck out of here. And then they had a whole thing about how many people have messaged them saying that they stole that name from them. Apparently there's a clothing line called Bohemian Grove and this and that. And I was like, oh, damn. I guess we're just not as clever as we thought,
No, not too original. Dang.
Yeah, first like, well, we actually kind of stole the name from, and I'm like, and then somebody else was like, oh, fuck. Damn. Real late to the party.
Mention. You're like, I didn't get a mention.
I was just hoping that Justin could back me up. That we thought of it first.
What's that meeting where all the
going through our DMs to see if I could find where you referred to it as that?
Oh, I'm sure I have a group chat and Signal or something that's named that somewhere, but not that big of a deal.
It was.
I was thinking about going till they said they were having Owen Benjamin there, and I'm like, oh, I don't know if I want to go to a bear fest.
Yeah, I mean,
I think the Colts kind of died down.
There's like, I don't know. There's like two parts. Like sometimes I see Owen Benjamin say stuff, and I'm like, oh yeah. Like, and then the other half of the time, I'm like, oh my gosh. And then the fans that he has, they're like next level retarded.
Yeah, I'd imagine. I mean, I haven't listened to him in like 5 years. To be honest, I like some of his conspiracy shit.
Well, he's went back on some of the
funny, like
he's kind of reverse course. Like he was like he got like canceled from like Hollywood and everything because of he kind of had the JQ thing going on. But then now
no, sorry, hold up, keep going. I found something really fucked up.
Like,
go ahead.
Maybe like you guys spurging about the Jews. It's just it's just your own. Like everything is in your fault. Like it's your own fault. Like it's not just the Jews.
Oh, some people can't handle the JQ intelligently enough. They go too far.
They just think they're like, oh, I am poor because
Well, it's kind of like all the trannies and gays that make it their whole personality,
Yeah.
Or people that are really into anime.
Yeah.
Or furries. I'm just going down the list of people that annoy me.
Cyclists, yes, cyclists.
I got a new one. I got a new one. I can't remember what Viking country it was or if it was Sweden. Apparently they have a problem with people playing music on the speakerphones of their phones without headphones on like public transportation. So they had to pass a headphone, or was it called? I think it's called a headphone dodger law.
Oh,
So I guess I guess another thing you can call them is headphone dodgers.
Oh my god. Yeah.
So as if it wasn't bad enough, the poor child of Robert De Niro. Have you guys heard?
Oh man.
Have you seen his
Friends?
son? Yeah. It's not his son anymore, I guess. Pull that up, Kevin, or whatever. I'm getting my Jay Leno and Jamie. Yeah. Did you hear that, Kevin?
No.
You got it.
Yeah. I thought I saw it earlier, and
That's
now
the before.
I've lost it.
Yeah,
Oof.
before and after, like, went from
Went from dollar store Lenny Kravitz to yeah.
went from like Sean to, well, I don't know if went from Jay Quill to Jaquella, like really quick.
Jay Quillen.
Jay Quillen. Oh, dude.
Let's see.
Nope, I guess that's
Did y'all see the so we got an up, y'all remember the pilot that crashed or whatever, like in DC or whatever?
Oh yeah, the military pilot.
Yeah.
the helicopter.
That took out a
Yeah.
plane of Russian ballerinas.
Yeah. So apparently they finally released the files on it, or the release some information on it, and you'll never guess what happened. So it says an investigation that revealed the female pilot who killed 67 people after crashing a Black Hawk into a passenger plane was told repeatedly by her male co-pilot to turn before the collision, but she did not heed his warnings. So she didn't like him mansplaining.
No.
Not only did she ignore her more experienced male co-pilot, but also the air traffic controller, which informed her of the oncoming plane. So she just didn't want to listen to anybody. Ironically, the female pilot was on her annual piloting evaluation to ensure her skills were up to snuff. Her string of blunders caused the deadliest aviation disaster since 9/11.
Oh God.
So she's supposed to be getting examined, and she's sitting there telling him like, I know better. I'm not like, she's like, I don't need no man to tell me what to do. Like air traffic controller. You're like, oh.
What's the Norm Macdonald joke? Yeah, this reminds me of that tragedy, you know? Yeah. 9/11.
Oh God.
Huh. Well,
Yeah, so it was what everyone suspected. That's the funniest part, is that it was what everyone suspected. It was a female pilot, but they were like trying to cover it up for the past
the old
months.
The old Denny Green, Justin. They are who we say they are. That's a deep dive from football.
They were who we thought they were.
That's what it was.
Playoffs.
Wasn't that like
Canada just had elections, and like everybody's talking about the Canadian election.
Yeah, it went well for them.
Yeah,
They also had a
Oh, is this for Trudeau?
no,
no,
even
he's
worse.
gone. He's gone. This is the new guy.
He is
His
gone.
name's-
Okay.
The new guy's
Now
name
it's
is
time
Carney.
for the financial sector to deliver. To reach net zero, every country, every company, every bank, every investor, every pension fund around the world will need to make some big changes. In the run-up to COP26 in Glasgow, we have an enormous opportunity to bring climate change into the heart of every financial decision.
He's a World Economic
And
Forum
our
guy,
plan
right?
will manage the risk.
Yeah.
Oh, when he said net zero, I thought like
The shitty internet.
Looking at Canada's like economic numbers,
Or is
I
that
thought
net
it meant,
gear?
like getting everybody's bank account to net zero, like because that's the direction.
Well, I mean-
That's what's gonna happen because of this.
It's the words he's not saying, but yes.
from climate change while helping to seize the opportunities from a newer, greener economy. The UK has been at the forefront of innovation for centuries, brimming
gonna be
with
that green if
ingenuity
everybody's
and a can-do
broke.
spirit. It also houses the world's largest financial system. And by bringing them together, we can deliver the net zero world.
Oh my God, net zero.
So pretty much this guy
Me and net
got to
zero
run
here.
as like a nationalist, and Canadians are fucking left wing mostly, except for certain pockets.
He literally, like, some people. I mean, yeah, he kind of did win because of Trump. Like, some people were saying like, it's not Trump's fault or whatever. But like, really, it was because Trump did tariffs on Canada, and then all of a sudden they decided they wanted to be like, oh, we're Canadians, we're proud Canadians, and this guy shows up and he's like, well, yeah, we're proud Canadians, and also let's try to fight climate change or whatever and all this nonsense. And also, this was what his opponent decided to do. So,
Oh yeah, Pierre.
yeah, Pierre.
That guy sucked too.
Look, he decides to like wear the headband. He's trying to like fit in with the.
Do you guys? Yeah, you see a pattern in Canada?
Yeah.
A lot of gayness is what the pattern I'm seeing. Speaking of, Jay's icon apparently passed away. R.I.P. Seymour Wiener.
That couldn't have been funnier because I was sitting there and I was like, "Who is?" I don't remember Seymour Wiener, but like the saying the name, I was like, "Oh man."
Trey is like, I don't remember seeing more Wiener, but I don't know, maybe I did.
In the locker room in high school, I saw plenty.
Look at the floor and count the tiles.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Dude, we had a guy that was.
There were guys in our high school. I don't know if y'all's high school was like this, but they would deliberately try to like screw with you like that. They would like run around and like do
a helicopter. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy in particular I'm thinking of that I played football with, we were in practice just running. I think we were running through like offense one day, and he's like, "Hey, coach, you ever seen a mangina?" Coach is like, "What are you talking about?" And he drops his pants and he had tucked his wiener. He's like, "Look," he's like, "God damn it, JW, pull up your goddamn pants."
You just forced me to ocularly molest you. That's not cool.
Oh God.
I could get fired. I didn't really do
like streaking across through, or sometimes they would get like uncomfortably close to you while being naked, and they're just to like they're like to do the like not gay test kind of thing or whatever. Like if it bothers you, you're gay, which is the weirdest thing to me. Like if it bothers you that a naked man is getting close to you, like that means you're gay. Like
you also got to think, Dag, when our age group for football practice back then, as long as the coach was teaching you how to block or tackle, he could literally punch you and beat the shit out of you.
Which is understandable.
When I ripped
toughened up somehow.
When I ripped my arm open, I was only supposed to play offense in the game that Friday, like after I got it all stitched up. And they had me in just helmet and shorts for the rest of the week in practice, doing like walkthroughs and stuff. And the team that we were going to be playing had an option quarterback, so they put me in to like simulate the option quarterback and run around and stuff, or for like the defensive drills. And one of the linebackers like comes through and comes running at me like he's going to hit me, and so I just stiff armed him and put him into the ground, and he jumps up and comes after me. And the DB's coach came across and just got him like right under his ribs and just put him up in the air and put him on the ground. It was fucking amazing.
Just suplex him basically.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, no pads or anything. Just took like 3 big steps and wham.
Dude, that's the most fun shit ever when you like get under somebody's shoulder pads and pancake them.
I didn't block, so I wouldn't know anything about that.
Well, usually
I like when the year that I played, I like playing D-line because I would just like throw an O lineman out of the way, just like when I could chuck them out of the way. I mean, a lot of them I couldn't do that with, but like when there was a a guy who's like maybe a little bit shorter and he's just kind of stocky built or whatever, I could kind of just like shove him down or like one time I just like pushed one guy's head down, like just grabbed his helmet and like pushed it down and kind of went around him.
There's something like on the league. I forget what season or episodes or whatever, but where Ruxin, what's his name? Ruxin, Kroll's character, Nick Kroll's character. I guess people like they take out like the dividers in the bathroom at his work or something. He's like, I can't go to the bathroom here. It's like open, and everyone's like, oh, so you were never in sports or the military, So you get used to seeing other dudes naked or being able to poop in front of other men or something, Like, oh yeah. That'd be a rough first week or two if I got like thrown in prison or some shit where I had to do all that. Oh man.
Showering is the worst. Okay, like not like even like disregarding the prison jokes or whatever. Like the
I'm not even going the rape route. I'm just saying just having to be that uncomfortably close to other men.
Yeah, we had
like you're sitting there, you're having to shower. Like there was one place we had to go, like at one gym that we had to shower at when we were at football camp or whatever. They had showers. They were like catty cornered. Like there would be like one shower and then one shower like and that there's just like it just comes to and then meets like so you're standing like literally right next to another guy right there like showering basically.
Yeah, ours in high school was basically a spigot from the ceiling had like four in each direction, and you basically had to stand in a circle. It was awful. It was freaking awful. And our teacher would mark us down. Our gym teacher would mark us down if we didn't take showers,
dude.
And he said at one time, he was like, "You guys got to take showers." And I looked at the teacher. I was like, "Why? You want to watch little boys shower? Like that seems kind of gay." And he got pissed at me. I got called in the office.
That's how the showers were in my middle school, because it used to be a former high school that was built in like the 70s or 60s or something. So we had the same shower heads.
Yep.
Nobody used them though.
Oh, it was the worst, man. It was just gross.
Yeah, and there was like some these.
Well, speaking of diddling little boys, they're picking
one hell of a transition there, Justin.
Hey,
Good
look,
job.
Y'all were talking about it. I just saw the opening and had to run through it. So like a good football reference, I saw the hole and I had to run through it. They're picking a new pope. We got a dark horse candidate emerging.
Literally.
As Pope, I'd like to be Pope. That would be one choice. No, I don't know. I have no preference. I must say we have a cardinal that happens to be out of a place called New York who's very good. So we'll see what happens.
Trump for Pope.
We really have run through some popes in the last like 10 or 15 years, huh?
Did you see the betting odds on the popes? Like, I was listening to No Agenda, and they were talking about like 10-1 odds or 20-1 odds, and the conservative is a black dude named Sarah from Africa, and he's like
also
there's like a Chinese guy too.
The black guy you're saying is conservative. Also, he I think it was something about he was doing like gay weddings. So I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, he's conservative for a Catholic. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Looks like he's kind of a dark horse candidate anyway. He's
10-1 odds.
He's 8th down on the odds list.
There you go.
Love it.
That's great.
It's tremendous.
Did you just grok that?
Yeah, I did.
All Catholics will be tremendous if I get in.
We'll make Catholicism great again.
We're gonna pray the greatest rosaries.
The Catholic churches would be the Trumpy one, because they wear all the gold and they've got all the glitz and glamour and showmanship. You know what I mean?
Well, when you're the Pope, You don't even have to ask them. You can lay your hands on them, bless them.
No. Look, you
When you're Pope, they let you do it. Yeah.
Wait, when you're Pope, they can, you can just go to the confessional booth and then
Make confessions great again.
Make confessions great again.
I always found confessions being such like a weird like thing. It's like, and especially when like the church was the state and shit. It's like, oh yeah, you have to go in and don't worry, it's private, wink wink, and confess all the bad things you've done to this person. I don't know. I've always found that like strange. And like, oh, people do that? Like, you're allowed to lie to them, right?
Yeah, it's like, well,
I
like,
guess it could help
especially in
keep
that
order,
time, it's like
keep people
like,
honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of better than just like always keeping lies, keeping lies forever, I guess.
They some of my Acadian books, the Acadians from back in the day they talk about all the time. They were like Catholic, but they weren't like Catholic. Like and what I mean by that is like, so where they originally moved to up by Maine in Canada, up near Maine, that area. Like they didn't have like actual representatives from the church. Like they were pretty isolated. But it's like, they were Catholic, when they got expelled and had to move around and ended up in Louisiana, they were actually sending them like actual like priests, and they'd all like, or not all of them, but a ton of them would get in trouble for like smoking in church and shit, because like they weren't used to the church being the state to them. To them, it was just the church. And then the Catholic priests they were sending over were used to people kissing their asses. And, like they were very important, where they come from. And then they come to these Acadian people who didn't see them as that important like that, or they didn't really treat them with such airs. And so they get in trouble a lot for not treating the Catholic priests respectfully enough, or smoking in church was a big one. They'd come in smoking pipes and they get banned from the church. For smoking.
Jay, I got your answer to the African Pope and the gay shit. Oh, Jay left. Never mind. We won't mess with
Well, just go for it. I want to hear it.
Okay, so he wasn't performing gay weddings. He was against the criminalization of being gay. But he also endorsed anti-sodomy laws. And he doesn't think that being homosexual is a sin. It's engaging in homosexual sex is where the sin is. So if you want to just be a celibate gay couple, that's cool. Which, I mean, I would be down for that. That actually sounds all right. You can just like hang out with have, like all the benefits of
what's the difference from what you do normally then?
Status and everything else. And like, well, then instead of like
hetero life mate, I'd be down for a hetero life mate. It's my hetero life partner.
And then instead of like, my wife goes to bed at 6:30 and then I play video games until midnight, I could actually play video games with somebody until midnight. That would be cool once in a while.
Isn't that Mark Metz for you?
Well, Mark doesn't play video games. More often than not, it's either Trey or Jay.
Okay.
And I mean, I guess that's all right, but
you just can't spoon.
Right.
Is spooning gay? We'll have to ask the new Pope.
As long as the penis does not go in the butt, then it's okay.
There's so many things wrong with that right now.
Cradled by the butt crack is okay as long as there's no, insertion.
No, that's definitely gay.
It's just knocking on the back door. You're not going in.
Why are you gay? Who says I'm gay? You are gay.
My favorite bit, and I've seen this a couple times, is where they say like, "Oh, I'm going to hypnotize you," and they go, "Okay, when I'm done, you'll forget that you were ever gay." Wait, what? I'm not gay. I wasn't gay. No, I see it.
I love that, guys. Yeah. Those are you watching? You talking about those two comedian guys?
There's that, and then
When I snap my fingers, you will no longer be gay. And then he's like,
yeah, there's that, and then I sent a couple of you guys the video on like Instagram. I think the magician guy, Magic Dickie or whatever, and he did that to some gay dudes, or not gay dudes, black dudes, and of course black dudes are gonna get the most offended by it. So that's the best people to do it to.
I'm not gay no more. I am delivered. I don't like men no more. I said I like women.
Somehow that makes it sound more gay. Like,
I'm sure you guys have known a guy or two in your life that like it's almost like the 40-year-old virgin bag of sand. A boob feels like a bag of sand thing, but they always have to be so like, oh boy, boy howdy, I sure do love titties, and it's like, calm down, dude. Straight guys don't talk like that. Like, no, you're gay, that's cool, man.
I definitely enjoy. Yeah.
No, but I mean, the guys who have to talk. No, I get what Dags is saying. Like the guys who have to like say like, man, I sure do love some titties. Like they're usually like they seem the most gay.
Yeah.
And then they say it with an effeminate mouth, with gay mouth, or effeminate speech with gay mouth.
Or Kanye mouth.
Yeah, well, I never noticed gay mouth on Kanye until this came out, and y'all pointed it out. And holy shit, he does have gay mouth. And it's at the corner of the lips there. He hides it well.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just because of it's funny. I think it's just because the way the coloration of his lips. It's like if his lips were like colored like a white
normal.
Like white
say it the right way. Say it.
Not gay.
Yeah.
It's the coloration. I don't know. No mercy. Yeah. Oh. White guys do not like the gay jokes.
Speaking of faking gay, did you guys see that the pilot that crashed into the
You're late.
airliner?
We talked about this 30 minutes ago.
Damn it. Sorry. Never mind. Sorry, I walked in late. I apologize. I'll just shut up. Go amongst yourselves. Hang out.
I love it when Steve comes in here late and just like has to repeat the.
I can't watch the show before I get on and then get on. I'm like, Jesus.
What? Why not?
The line, Steve.
I was driving back from the oil change place.
Oh, speaking of gay, you don't change your own oil? No. I'm just kidding.
Hell no.
Just kidding. I have mine changed places sometimes. So I'm not talking shit.
No, I
gotta change mine this weekend
because they do the tire rotation too. Because we got the tires.
Yeah.
So it's like it's just easier just to get all done at once.
Yeah, like every other oil change, a lot of times I'll have it done because I want to get my tires rotated. Yeah, same thing. If I'm going there, yes, fucking put it up, do it, save me the effort.
Yeah, it's worth the $50, man.
Yeah, I started changing. That's
good price.
I started changing mine and my wife's, on our own or whatever, and she was like, she complained like sometimes she would take it to a place because she just like couldn't wait for me to get to it or whatever. Like wait the couple days that I needed to get to it or whatever. So she was like, well, like I never know when it needs to be changed or whatever, and so like I found these on Amazon. Yeah, there's like I'm talking about when I change it. She doesn't know when it needs it. So I got these little stickers, and I changed it last time, and I put these little. And she's like, "Oh, that's great! Like now I know when it needs to be changed." Like you can figure out like 5,000 miles after.
Hers doesn't have like a little gauge thing that's like, okay, time to change the oil again.
I mean, it'll it's a light, but not the.
Mine's been dinging at me for the past 3 weeks. And it's like, yeah, I know. Shut the fuck up. We'll get to it when we get to it, huh?
So I've been pondering something lately since we're on the topic of oil changes. I'm the man. I should change my wife's oil, right? I don't have any problem with that. but my wife is more than capable of changing her own oil, and in fact, she does it often. So sometimes when she needs her oil change, it'll sort of get put on the back burner on my end, and I think I'm not quite so quick to do it because maybe like in the back of my mind, I'm like, well, she's such a hurry up bitch to change her oil, So I feel like I'm not, as good of a man for not being more on top of the oil changes, especially on her car. But then I think, like, she doesn't really cook. Like, I cook the dinners. Maybe she should be changing my fucking oil.
Good luck with that, Dad. Good luck.
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't change the oil in Stephanie's new truck. She got one of those hybrid Ford Maverick things, and I'm not fucking with the hybrid bullshit. Like, it's got some sort of like special filter, and I looked under the hood, and it doesn't look bad, but also, fuck that. So like, she's like, "Hey, my oil needs to be changed." And like, yeah, take it to the place. I'm not fucking with that thing. Like, you're the one that wanted to get this hybrid thing. I don't work on those. It's too newfangled for me.
See,
is the oil? I imagine the oil system will be the same as a regular car, though. I could be wrong. Now, I know that some newer cars, like some newer Camrys, the oil filters are some multi-piece thing. I never actually handled one, but I heard it's not just a regular oil filter on like Camrys and shit now too.
Well, I mean, I think still it's just like a interlinked mechanism. So I mean, you just have to take the pieces out.
One of these days, we'll move back to the farm, and I'll start doing it when I've got to. But as long as we're here, she's close enough to like Evansville that she can just take it to the Valvoline place and they can do it. And it's
if it's a new vehicle, a lot of times the dealership does like the first several for you anyhow.
And she's got to take it back to the dealership at some point to have like we'll give it a checkup or whatever and look at everything. So like they can take care of that shit. You
want to make sure you change the right fluid, right? Right, Justin?
Change your blinker.
I've only messed that up twice.
It's okay. I'm such a good friend. I've never even told anybody about that.
Wait, what happened?
But I'm such a dick for bringing it up.
Some of these little fucking cars, the little front wheel drive cars, they put the transmission fluid right here in a pan that looks like an oil pan, and then
it does.
And then the thing where you actually have to like take the plug out of the oil pan is like up in here somewhere. So I just crawl under. So yeah, it's like tucked up in here. So I just crawl under this bitch. I'm like, oh, big ass pan. That's it. Pop it. Starts draining. I'm like, that looks kind of red. I'm like, fuck.
I get a message one day. Hey man, what would cause after an oil change? What would cause all these lights to come on the dash? I'm like, I don't know. Did you change the right fluid?
Well, I don't know. And then I climb under there, and it's like, oh shit! Like, why is the oil pan and plug like up in there at this weird angle? And like, this is the dumbest shit I've ever seen.
You didn't put oil in there, did you?
No, I didn't put oil in the transmission.
No, you just drained the transmission fluid. But the car ended up being okay, right? Like you said, the car it didn't get driven much, but the fact that it didn't destroy it is awesome.
It was fine after I figured out what I did wrong.
What car was it?
It was fuck. What was that? Was that the Saab that my stepmom?
I thought you said it was a Subaru or something.
Subaru? I can't remember.
Saab, you can run without transmission fluid for at least 10 minutes.
But in total fairness, my wife's old car, the pans are right next to each other, and I'd have to triple check myself because I was always afraid of doing that exact thing, draining the. I mean, I'd probably notice, but
you got to put like a red tag on it or something. Like
yeah.
That's what I should have done, because I did the last time I did it was on Katie's car that her mom got her, and I should have painted the cap like bright yellow, or the plug bright yellow. That way, it like, all right, that's the one that I don't want to touch.
That way,
my biggest blunder was swapping the oil between my wife's and my car. So I had to drain. I put they're both 20, but there is 20 weight, but it was hers is like 0W20, mine's like 5W20. but so I had to like drain it and then like re-pour it into the drain both of them and re-pour them over or whatever. It was like such a pain to do.
Which, in fairness, I wanted to change the transmission fluid in Katie's car at some point anyway, since it was pretty used, and wanted to give it a good good servicing and everything. But I wasn't intending to do it that day.
Well, that's just a bitch. Then you got to go up to the store and buy fucking transmission fluid. You know?
Yeah. See, that's the best.
And that shit's expensive, dude. To fill a whole transmission, it's like $40.
Yeah. And for those part about cars like that, you got to get the right kind. It's fucking stupid.
If they screwed up when you take it in, then they got to buy you a new engine or transmission. Like, that's the best part about taking it in. It's like, if I screw it up, then I'm done. You know, it's like I don't have a car anymore.
Some of the transmission services they do are pretty crazy. So like the issue a lot of times with the automatic transmissions when you do a service is like when you drain the fluid, like the plates kind of move, and like it so what I've heard, and this is something every time I meet a transmission dude, I ask them this question because I'm always curious, and it's always half of them say one thing, half say the other. Half say it's a transmission, service it. The other half say if you haven't been servicing it every 30,000 miles, never service it, because when you do, then you have a problem, because you sort of, it's like the Jenga tower it's held together, but like it's rickety, but once you start fucking with it, it falls apart kind of thing. So I've heard like both ways, but like I've one guy who I really like, he's like, no man, what we do is we take and like we drain it, but when we drain it, we simultaneously pump another fluid, like a different cleaning fluid in the top, and drain it out the bottom. That way there's never no fluid in it whatsoever. And then they flush that shit and then put the transmission fluid back in kind of the same way from the top while draining the other fluid, so that it's never empty, and that sounds pretty neat. But yeah, so I don't know where I land. When I first got my car, I had the transmission service like while it was under warranty, but I haven't since. And to be honest with you, there's no like dipstick to like check the transmission fluid or anything. Like I don't even know how to check it or service it or what.
I was reading something on it, Doug, though, that sometimes like it's actually even depending on how your system's set up, it's even bad to change the transmission fluid once it's kind of settled in the system.
Yeah.
Whenever I got Sean's truck and was giving it the whole once over and everything, and I was kind of looking at it and looking into it, and his has like a fully enclosed transmission system. Like there is no way to change the transmission fluid in it without completely removing the transmission itself. It's like you don't add anything to it, you don't change it, like you buy it and then you just drive it until the fucking transmission falls out and you have to put a new one in, but you don't you don't service it at all. And like that was kind of fucking nuts. Cool, I guess, until it falls out. But
I really want to get another manual transmission. Like I miss it. I miss having one. The best part about it was like anytime I had an issue, it was just like replacing the clutch, which was super simple. Like the clutch is an easy thing to replace.
Yeah, I did the clutch in my Subaru, but I never did that thing 250,000 miles. I never did anything else to the transmission or service it or nothing.
So I had a 91 Camry that I put a clutch in at 320,000. Like it's how good it was. Like great car. The new cars today, like the CV is a CVT transmission. Those are garbage. Like
Tracy got breakfast delivered to him.
I know. It must be nice.
Every now and then you can get your wife to cook for you, Doug. You just gotta do other kind of favors,
I mean, if it comes out of a box, she cooks it for me. She bakes. My wife bakes really well. I'll say that.
Yeah, my wife does not cook.
I'm responsible for throwing the box in the trash. Afterwards,
exactly.
The next morning, it's all the boxes of packaging is all on the counter still. Yeah.
Do y'all have that problem? Like with where I don't know, all the females in the house, they don't throw anything away. Like
nope.
Like they'll get new clothes and the tags are just laying on on the
Still-
counter. It's like
I can show you right now on my dresser, where her tags are from her clothing. That she
I'm like,
bought.
the trash can is literally right the
On my
fuck
dresser.
there. Why couldn't you just like throw this shit away? Why did you sit it on the counter and not like? Also, my OCD, because like
Drink cups.
I empty the box and then I go throw. That's the first thing I do is throw the box away. Like if I'm cooking something out of a box, I'll put it in the skillet or the pan or whatever and get it started, and then I go throw everything away. Like
Yep.
And dude, me too, to the point where it's a problem where I have to go back to the trash can 3 times to check how long is it supposed to cook for? You know what I mean? And I was smart. I'd wait till I'm done, like at least needing the information. But I'm such a fucking stoner that I always forget. You know,
Going back and looking, you have to pull it out of the can.
Yep.
So
Thank you, ma'am.
I've lately, because my wife and I now, she works from home. She's actually gone on a trip, but she'll eat something and put her plate on my desk. Like,
you get that for me, right, baby?
So if I come downstairs, I'll put it back on her desk. She's like, "Well, I'm done with it." I'm like, "Well, I don't want it on my desk." Like,
you know where the sink is. You know where the dishwasher is. Like,
oh my gosh, it's the worst. It's like, seriously, are you that lazy you can't walk upstairs to go put it?
Guess what? So Stephanie left, like had to leave, like right as soon as I got home this morning. Guess why?
I put gas in her car.
I walked in. She's like, "I gotta go. I gotta put gas in my car." I'm like, oh, imagine that. She was like, "I was gonna do it last night, and then I was already past the gas station by the time I remembered." Oh my god!
Like,
so we've got an electric vacuum that has like a it's got a battery pack on it, and like one of those heavy duty battery packs like on power tools and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Every time she'll go to vacuum the house, she vacuums for about 3 minutes and then the battery dies. I'm like, dear, why don't you charge the battery after you get done? And then the next time you want to go vacuum, it's already charged. I'm like,
can't do that.
Can't
do that. That makes sense. It's impossible to do.
My wife bought a battery-powered weed whacker because it was lighter, easier for her to use than my gas one. Cool, no problem. She's used it once and then never used it again because every time I'm like, "Oh, you got the the weed whacker." She's like, "Oh, the batteries aren't charged," so she just never used it again because the batteries aren't charged. I'm like, "Yeah, charge it." Like I gave her like a drill, a power drill, and she always needs a drill and asks to borrow mine. And I'm like, "I gave you a drill. Oh, but the batteries aren't charged." Get that shit charged. I don't know what to tell you, man. What are you gonna do? God bless them. Good thing they're beautiful.
Mine is with her hearing aids. Like she's has problem hearing, but yeah, she won't plug in her hearing aids to charge. And then she's like, and I'm talking to her, and then she turns on. She's like, "You saying something to me?" I'm like, "Yeah, I've been talking to you the last like 2 minutes." It's like, "Oh, I don't have my hearing aids in."
I think mine needs some. So we need to get that.
They don't work.
Hey, just because they hear doesn't mean they're going to listen. All right.
Yeah,
that's true. And then I'm gonna go assume around the horn on this one. Cell phones, are their cell phones always dying as well? My cell phone never dies.
Yes.
Okay. How can you let your cell phone die ever get that low? That's crazy, dude. If I hit below 50%, I'm freaking the fuck out, dude.
Like she has, I put a charger on her desk. I plugged it into the wall, snaked it over, and put it on her desk. I'm like, plug this in when you're working. And it's still too hard.
Yeah, but at night when you're sleeping, like she won't plug it in at night. Like that's a perfect time.
She'll plug it in at night. Actually, what she does, because the newer iPhones, like when you plug them in, they take like 10 seconds for it to show that it's charging.
Yeah.
So she'll plug hers in and go, "It's not working. Why isn't it working?" I'm like, "Wait, just hold on. 10 seconds. What's not working? Honey.
It's running a system check."
Oh my God.
Calm your tits.
So she freaks
Calm your
out.
tits. Those are the best sayings.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's important for us to remember that, we don't protect our women because they're weak. We protect them because they're retarded.
Because democracy basically means government by the people, of the people, for the people. But the people are retarded.